y'all have me wearing a winter hat because of all the cold takes I've been seeing for Bryce this season. What's up? I'm Mike Gitkos, host of Locked On Panthers. Hit, your source of quick hits, 5 minutes, multiple times a day, every day. We're going to talk about why y'all being so cold. And should the Panthers get another wide receiver? Like, is our room not full enough? We're going to talk about that and everything coming up with the upcoming roster cuts. And what y'all are freaking out about with the joint practice against the Texans. I didn't like what I saw. I didn't like the reporting. A lot of bad stuff, again, you don't want to see with the Panthers. But the focus, it's on the wrong area. Bryce, he had a bad practice. But the core problem was the pressure. Monroe Freeling, he was feeling it. He was feeling the heat from the Texans defense. Who wouldn't? He's a rookie, his first season in the NFL. Hasn't even hit the regular season yet. He got his welcome to the NFL moment. He struggled, and he's going to learn from it. But he's not going to be facing the Texans defense every week. Got Jalen Phillips on the other side, but let's make sure we channel that in the right area. It's very easy to go after the quarterback and blame him for everything. Again, he has his faults. He had a bad practice, but why? Why was he pressing? Why was he having these issues? And it was it was ugly out there. Let's just all be grateful that did not happen during an actual game, because there would have been a lot of areas where we got exposed and teams could use that film and use it against us. That's not out there. They didn't put that out for the world. We're going to be good. We're fine. And speaking of being fine, we're going to be fine at wide receiver as long as we give Jimmy Horn the chance to prove himself. Xavier Legette, he's not the answer. We know that. The coaching staff has to know that by now. I think in his mind, Bryce knows that. He won't say it, but I mean, he's let down our quarterback. How many times? There's some hungry guys on this roster at wide receiver, and they're gunning for playing time, and I think they're going to get it. Again, I mentioned Jimmy Horn. He was probably the guy during the joint practice against the Texans. He was the guy during the game against the Jaguars. That dude could break it open. He could take the top off of defense. He should be the slot. He should be the number 3 guy. He does a lot of stuff that Xavier Legette cannot do. And then there's the other hungry guys. The Bryson Tremaines on the team. Special teamer. I mean, similar to Felipe Franks, where he's where they make the most of the opportunities. Like Bryson Tremaine. Last season, he did not see a lot of time on the field, but the time he did see, he took advantage of. He was a reliable target for Bryce, converted 3rd and 4th downs throughout the season. Like that was probably the majority of his catches. These are the guys that we could rely on to make plays. I wouldn't feel the same way about Xavier Legette being out there. Jassim Reed, he's a guy that we picked up after he was cut by the Browns. First 2 games of preseason, he had a touchdown pass. No, he didn't. He had a touchdown catch. And then second game of the preseason, he does it again. Fortunately, got hurt, didn't play in the 3rd game, but he's doing everything you want to see from somebody that's fighting to make the team, wants to grow, wants to be better at their craft. After practice, he was out there a good 35, 36 minutes after the practice ended, just working on the jugs machine. The coaches see that stuff. They love that stuff. Those are the type of guys you want on the team, the guys that are not going to take it for granted, the guys that are going to work to be better. Chuba Hubbard, he was another one of those guys a few years ago. His rookie season, he struggled. He made sure to put all that extra time in to get the stuff right where he had a hard time. He had brick hands. Like any pass that would come his way would be on the turf. That's not the case anymore, and that's because of the time he put in on those jugs machines. Now, I don't think I'm not expecting Jassim Reed to make the 53-man roster. He's a bubble player. I'd be happy if he does. Wouldn't be surprised if he doesn't, but it's a hard. He might be that first guy out, a wide receiver, kind of like Jatavian Sanders at tight end. But with Jasim Reed, I think there's a chance that we could stash him on the practice squad. If he doesn't make the roster, that is. Really, it'll be interesting to see how things play out over the next few days. I mean, cuts are happening this weekend. There's probably going to be some surprises. Panthers usually don't take 3 quarterbacks. That's something I think is going to change this year because they're not going to risk losing Haynes King. So keep an eye on the waiver wire. Keep an eye on the cuts. Make sure to stop in and see what's up. We'll report on it here at Locked On Panthers. Julian Council with Locked On Panthers podcast. He'll be having his shows as well, talking about the cuts and the breakdowns. Make sure to check him out. If you're watching on YouTube, make sure to like, subscribe, do all those things so you get alerts when we have new content. Thanks for watching. Keep pounding.